This program contains adult language and situations which may be considered offensive to some viewers and/or children, but more likely their parents.
Alright, people. I feel like I should be talking about this. It is going to be a more serious video. I just want to give my views on the situation. Hi, Gravy. Hi, Gravy. So, if you haven't heard yet, there was a school shooting in Florida, and I'm not going to get into I'm not going to get into whether or not there's people that are being interviewed are actors or not. That's right now. I'm not going to talk about that. I have my thoughts about it, but I'm not going to share that right now. And that's not what I'm talking about here. But so the big issue is people are all fucking pissed off because there's a school shooting, there's a gun involved. People want these guns banned. But you gotta realize something here. To me, it's all, when I'm looking at this shit, it's all smoke and mirrors to me. You know what I'm saying? And here's why, okay? Here's the thing, okay? If you go and ban guns, you make guns illegal. Okay? If you go and make all guns illegal to own or whatever, it's not gonna stop anything. Shit. Weed is illegal, crack is illegal, heroin is illegal. Yet every single it seems like every single day there seems to be a new fucking overdose in Buffalo, in the surrounding areas of Buffalo and in Buffalo and whatever. So obviously making it illegal isn't gonna help. Okay? So it's not gonna work. If you make guns illegal, school shootings will still happen. Look at a place like Chicago. There's like a murder a day or something. There's some insane amount of gun violence in Chicago. Yet Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws in the country. How the fuck does that happen? Because people are going to assume that, because it's illegal, they're not going to be able to get it. That's not true. In fact, it's the opposite is true, because now what's going to happen is you make guns illegal, it'll just create a fucking black market, like completely black market. Now instead of having registered gun owners, you're going to have gun owners that aren't registered. Okay? And it'll be a lot harder to track those guns. Okay? Now, that would mean that the way they do ballistics testing with guns and shit, when you fire a gun and go like that, it makes marks in the inside of the barrel. And it makes marks on the bullet itself. That's how it works. It's not like the way the gun is designed or anything to do that. It's just the way it works, So that's how they do those ballistic testing. when they said, "Oh, the bullet matches the gun" or something. That's what they do, or how they can trace a bullet to a certain gun. You know how they can do that is because when they register, when the people register the guns, they take the markings out of the barrel, and that's how they do it, so that any bullet that's fired out of that gun can be traced. Now what's going to happen is if they make all guns illegal, they won't be able to register the gun barrels anymore. So now it's just going to be like, now it's going to be just like Wild West type shit. You know, you can't track, you legalize weed, but people are still getting weed. I could call someone up right now and get weed 10 minutes from now. I can have a guy here delivering me fucking weed if I wanted to. So it's not going to help anything. And on top of that, let's say you're able to get rid of all the fucking guns. There is not one fucking gun in America anymore. It's not going to change anything, because you know why? You could actually make your own gun for $15. $15 you can have a fucking ghetto shotgun. Okay, you can make that shit out of a piece of wood and some pipe, and you got yourself a ghetto fucking shotgun. So the thing is that people want these guns banned. They want guns banned. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you something. That's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything drastic. Okay? People are still going to get their hands on what they want to get their hands on. Okay? You know, child pornography is illegal. I still see people. There's people out there that still are able to get that shit. You know, weed, any drugs illegal, they're able to get it. So why wouldn't the same be the same with guns? Now I do have a solution to this gun problem. It's not a full solution. It's not going to 100% fail safe. It's not going to be like. It's not going to eliminate all the school shootings. Like if they actually do this, they're not going to eliminate all of them. But I can guarantee you that they'll cut down on about 80% of these school shootings. Nobody wants to hear it, though. And I have not heard one person in the news or in politics talk about this. So I feel like I might be one of the only people that have this view that I think this will work. And that is, when you look at the people that do these school shootings, you look at the kids that did Columbine, okay? You look at a lot of these fucking guys, you know. I'm gonna, you know, what are the things that they all have in common? I'm not talking about, you know, what they wear or what you know, what kind of gun they use. They've all been bullied. A lot of them. Not all the school shooters, but a good amount. They've all been victims of bullying. And that's why they do these school shootings. because they're getting back at the people that bullied them. They're like, they're like, we've been bullied so much, and we're fed up, so we're gonna do something about it. Do I agree with it? No. But do I understand? Yes, I do understand why they do that. Why they want to go and shoot up people. I'm not saying I agree with what they're doing, but I understand. I fully understand. I've been bullied in my life. Okay, so, I mean, I kind of understand. I never wanted to go on a shooting spree, though. But I've dealt with it in my own way. See, whenever these school shootings happen, there's always the same, like, 3-4 things that they always try to look at. What was the kid listening to? What kind of bands did he like? What kind of video games did he like? What kind of movies did he like? And or what kind of clothes he was wearing or whatever. Because it's like when the Columbine people did their shit, there was a whole big thing where they went after like goths and shit. These kids, the kids that did Columbine weren't even like goth really. They were like, all they did they did the face paint and shit like that for the fucking shooting. And, I mean, I guess they were, like, in the Marilyn Manson and all that shit, but, it's really ridiculous when people go after the fucking music or movies or video games, I've been listening to Marilyn Manson and, like, all kinds of, like, metal and death metal and black metal and all that. I've been listening to that shit for years. I've never once wanted to go and fucking shoot up a school or any kind of building or whatever. So, and I've been playing video games. I've been playing the same games. I've been playing the same fucking games that those Columbine kids been playing. Doom, Wolfenstein, that kind of shit, where pretty much all you do is go around shooting shit. Again, I don't feel I can separate that. I can separate, the fantasy playing a video game because it's fun and reality. So I really don't think it has much to do with the video games or the music. Okay? If anything, the music is the effect of what's going on. Marilyn Manson appealed to, the quote-unquote outcasts because he what do you call it? The kids looked up to him. Okay? They thought he was cool. Shared the same views or whatever. These kids were bullied, and Marilyn Manson's pretty much making music saying, you know what, life sucks. I agree with you. Marilyn Manson's been bullied. He's just making music. He's just making music expressing how he feels. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Marilyn Manson's causing these kids to do what they're doing. No. It's more like the kids are causing Marilyn Manson to make the music. Ow. So, and it's good to have role models too. It shouldn't matter who the role model is, as long as they're like a positive role model. And positive meaning, you have to kind of be real. Okay, you kind of have to be real. Okay, having a role model isn't all about, church or anything like that. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. Marilyn Manson's a good role model for like my generation growing up, just because, you know, his lyrics spoke to us. I mean, it might have some swear words in it, but you know what? It was something we can relate to. And I turned out okay for the most part. I haven't gone on a shooting spree. I just think it's stupid. Like all throughout high school, I was listening to Marilyn Manson. I was listening to Marilyn Manson. I was listening to a lot of death metal and all that as well. And people after the Columbine thing, people in the school officials wanted to make me not listen to that anymore. Like I was talked to by teachers and social workers. Why do you listen to that? That's what the Columbine kids listen. I don't care. It's not it's not about. And I still listen to that shit. I still play the video games. It's not about the music. It's not about the movies. It's not about the video games. I'm telling you, it's all about the bullying. And I think a lot of this just makes it worse. Like for example, when I got pulled aside and said, "Listen, you're not allowed to listen to Marilyn Manson anymore. You're not allowed to listen to all kinds of death metal anymore in school because that's what got the Columbine." And like, are you fucking kidding me? See, what happens is shit like Columbine happens, and then they go after everything else but the root problem. They start banning everything except for the root fucking problem. It just pisses off more kids, and then they go on fucking shooting sprees because they can't fucking take it. It's almost like now they're getting bullied by the students. Now they're getting bullied by the fucking teachers and the staff and shit now. And you know what? I understand. I 100% get it. But I'm going to tell you something that no one has ever talked about in the news at all yet. And I think it should be talked about. And here's the thing. It's not about banning guns. It's not about the music. It's not about movies. It's not about video games. It's not about the guns. It's not about the clothes. It's not about what religion somebody is. Okay? I think that if we are tougher on bullying people, okay, if we are tougher on bullying people, then I think a lot of these school shootings would stop. I'm not saying all of them, but I think a vast majority of it. Yeah, I'm 100% serious about that. If we take bullying more seriously, I think a lot of these school shootings would stop. Because let's say I had a gun, right? And what it's actually doing is, oh yeah, there was a school shooting. Now we got to ban all guns. All it's gonna do is like, oh, now I have to turn in my gun because of something that happened in fucking Florida. What? I don't even go to fucking school, So it really makes no sense to me that I should have to do that. I think we need to be more tough. We have to be tougher on bullies, people that bully in school. For example, I read an article about a year or so ago about a kid in Pennsylvania. Okay, and You know, I always talk about the one-party consent and the two-party consent state. Well, New York State is a one-party consent state. You only need the permission of one person to record a phone call or to record somebody. Okay, like whatever. In Pennsylvania, you need two-party consent, so you need the permission of both parties. And actually, if that's only between you and somebody else, then that would just mean that you would absolutely have to let the other person know that they're being recorded. So in Pennsylvania, about a year or so ago, there was an issue where this kid was getting bullied every single fucking day, right? He was getting bullied every single fucking day. So he told his mom about it. The mom was fucking pissed, okay? And she ended up, she gave him like a tape recorder or something. I think it was like an iPad or something. And she said, listen, when he bullies you, you know, start recording it, you know, do it in private or whatever, and then give it to the principal. So, okay. So, the one day he was getting bullied, he records him being bullied, and then afterward he goes to the principal with it. The kid got arrested. The kid that was being bullied got arrested because he didn't get the permission of the bully to record. You know, so they got him on wiretapping charges. They got this kid on wiretapping charges because Pennsylvania is two-party consent, which means he has to let the bully know that he's being recorded. So there was a big uproar about that. It's like the kid was trying to prove that he's being bullied, and now he's going through all this. I think what should be going on is, and I believe the article also said that the kid also tried to report it to the principal or whatever. The principal was just like, yeah, whatever, or something. So that's why he recorded it, because he needed proof. And when he showed proof, the principal pretty much called the police, and he was arrested. He had to like stand trial and all this sort of. He was like fucking 15, you know. And I believe that he had to do like some kind of. He was on like probation or something. Like he was charged with like wiretapping or something, but. I think what needs to happen is if there's any kind of, you know, if there's any kind of talk about bullying, if there's any kind of complaints about bullying, I think it needs to be investigated, at least by the school officials. And if there is some kind of bullying or whatever going on, then it needs to be dealt with. Because this is what's going on. These kids are being bullied. They go and report it. They're trying to do the right thing. They go to report it, and they're pretty much saying, I don't fucking care, and they keep getting bullied and bullied and bullied, and then these kids can't take it anymore, and that's why they shoot up a school. You know. So I do kind of understand why they do it. You know, I don't agree with it, but I understand. You know, and I also believe that a lot of this shit can, you know, be, and this is where it comes into a personal thing. This is where it comes into like personal responsibility here. I think a lot of these school shootings can be stopped, you know, by just being nicer to people, really. You always see that weird kid that always sits alone at lunchtime or whatever, and, you know, why not just go and fucking sit with them? Do you really have to be that much of a douchebag? Like, I understand you probably have your own friends, but you know what? You know what? That's why I like to meet more people with autism, okay? Because I think people with autism are fucking awesome, okay? I think like these people, they don't have a lot of friends. People think that they're weird, but maybe they just don't understand what the fuck is going on. And, you know, I do get it. I do get it. You see a kid over there, you know, keeping to himself or whatever, you think it's kind of weird. I get it. I get it. Maybe, you know, maybe you think that that's like a weird behavior or whatever, but... And I do see that too with other people. I do see it, you know, they're doing their own little thing, and it does look a little weird to me, but sit down with these people and talk to them, you know. A lot of these kids, they're you know, they just want to be, you know, they don't have good social skills. They can't really make friends. Okay, that's actually why I was going to these metal shows. Okay, that's actually why I was going to these metal shows to begin with. I was trying to make fucking friends at these shows. Ow. And I was like the weird kid that, you know, sat alone and everything at these metal shows. Clint's seen it. He tried talking to me about it, but he went and he ran with it, and now I'm like public enemy number fucking one, because, oh, I'm fucking autistic, I should be fucking ovened, or whatever the fuck Clint said. Meanwhile, all I'm doing is I'm trying to like fucking make new friends. And I don't know if it's like people like Erickson, he's pretty cool, but I don't think he gets it to that much. Like oh shit. Like people like Erickson and shit. Like I keep saying like, oh, hook me up with a girl or something. Like on Facebook, like sometimes I'll say something like, can somebody hook me up with a girl or something? And they're just like, oh, why don't you just go and talk to them? Why don't you go to a bar and just start talking? I'm like, I can't. Like, people don't understand that it's like, it might be easy for somebody to do that, but for me, it's not. It's like I can't do it. Like I'll just start making a fucking fool of myself. That's why I ask people if they can hook me up with a girl. That's why I go on these fucking dating sites. Because it's easier for me to chat online than it is for me to actually go up to, hey, you know, what's going on here? You know, that I can't do that. When I was dating Amy, it was easy just because you know, we were comfortable with each other. Like eventually, but you know, that first date with Amy, she actually said too that. I remember she said, she was like, I don't think I want to date this guy, because that's all he did was be quiet the whole time. I was fucking nervous. And then you know, she was like, okay, let's try this again. And when I ended up dating her for like over a year and fucked her like 1,000,000 times or whatever. But anyway, it's just, you know, you see the fucking weird kid in the corner, go talk to him. You know, at least go sit with the kid. You know, at least go sit with him. Okay? Stop bullying people. So, you know, stop being the fucking, you know, big bad guy, you know, like, stop being like the alpha male. That's the big thing. Stop being the alpha male. Maybe it'll save a couple fucking lives. And if somebody is getting bullied, and they should be listened to. There should be an investigation at at least the school level. And if any criminal charges have to be brought up, well then we can have the police involved as well. That's all I'm asking. I'm 80% sure if we go this route, if we start going after the bullies and whatnot, I think we can cut down. I'm not saying eliminate school shooting. I'm saying cut down. You're never going to eliminate. Even by taking away guns, you're not going to eliminate. Even going after the music and the video games and the movies and whatever, you're not going to eliminate shit. Because if they came out and say, oh, death metal and metal are illegal now, I would be fucking pissed, and I'd find ways to get my music, no matter what. If there was a law that says that every single game has to be fucking kiddie games nowadays, people will be fucking pissed. And that's all there is to it. I think trying to take away guns is more harm than good, because what's going to happen. What's that saying? If guns are outlawed, then only outlaws will have guns. Which means people are still going to fucking have guns. They're not going to be legal guns, but they're going to still have guns. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be guns. And before people even say it, like I heard these arguments too. Well, Japan has low gun crime. Australia's got low gun crime. Yeah, well, they banned all guns or whatever. Well, here's the thing with those countries. You gotta think of it this way. Japan. Japan is like an island. It's a bunch of different islands. It's like an island chain there. So, bunch of different islands there. It's pretty much an island nation. Okay, so in order, they could ban all guns from Japan. So is Australia. Australia's kind of like an island nation as well. They can ban all fucking guns in Australia and fucking Japan. They can do that. Okay? They can do that. Because what happens is you get rid of all the guns in Australia or fucking Japan, okay? You get rid of all the guns. Now the only way to get a gun in Japan or Australia is you would have to have them imported in, which means they have to be imported. They have to be any packages or whatever that come through are probably going to be checked, and right there they're probably going to get caught. So that's how they can stop guns there. They can do it because they're like little island nations, and there's not really that many. Australia and fucking Japan aren't big countries. They don't have as many people as like America or whatever, United States. And plus they're islands, so they kind of have to have everything flown in. Or they have to have everything, shipped in on boats and everything. So it's really hard to, get guns to those places because of that. So it works there because of the location and because of the population size. In America, in the United States, it's too big. It's too friggin' big. You know? And Japan and Australia have their own fucking problems, you know? Like, they have their own problems with, like, fucking, you know, knife attacks and whatnot there. So it's like you're substituting one weapon for another, pretty much. But whatever. That's how it can work. That's how it works in fucking Japan and Australia. So. So yeah. In the United States, though, you can't really control it. You can't really do it because you know you could get guns, you know, shipped from like you could get guns shipped from like pretty much anywhere. You know, plus here's the thing too, Japan is pretty much like, it's pretty much all Japanese over there. Okay, there's not a lot of like foreigners there, so you can't really import, like, even if like somebody comes from like America and brings their gun there, they can't do it because there's not a lot of people. Japan doesn't actually. They don't really open their borders too much. They try to stay with themselves pretty much. I mean, yeah, you could take a flight. You could take a plane to Japan. That's no problem. But you know, trying to live there and shit, you can't do it, and you'll stick out like a sore thumb. Like, you're gonna be the only white person in Japan. You're gonna be the only white American-looking person in Japan. You're gonna stick out like a fucking sore thumb. You know, so that's all I gotta say about that. You know, you address the bullying issue. You know, I think that's the number one thing. Address the bullying, and a lot of these shootings will stop. I guarantee you that. I'm not saying all. Like, there's, like, obviously there's a limit to how much, because there was this one kid that did a shooting. It wasn't a school shooting, but he did a shooting where he was going around and killing all kinds of women or something. He was like some like fucking 19-year-old kid or something. He was killing all kinds of women because he couldn't get a date or something. It was a couple of years ago. And he was just doing videos on YouTube with guns and shit. And it was really fucking. Here's the thing. It was. The kid was like some rich kid, and his dad was like a movie producer or something. And that kid was just fucking crazy. Okay? Oh, I can't get a fucking date. You're fucking rich as hell, dude. Okay? You can't get a date. Why can't you just get a fucking hooker? You know, you can't get a fucking hooker? Shit, I can afford a hooker. Okay? And I'm poor as shit. But, like, remember what my mom said? Oh, for $500, you could have got 5 really good hookers, or 10 really shitty hookers, and lunch with all of them. That's what my mom said the one time. Like, how the fuck do you know what the price of a hooker goes for? There's no reason why this. Like, I can go down the fucking Theodore Street and get a fucking hooker there. Okay, I can go to fucking Genesee and Bailey and get a hooker for $5 hoe. Okay. I could get a $5 hoe if I wanted to. But this kid is like a fucking a multi-millionaire, and he's going around shooting these women because he can't get a fucking date. He can't get laid. I don't believe that. He could have gotten a fucking hooker, you know. Oh my god. He couldn't have paid a woman for sex. Come on, man. Come on. You got that kid, and you got the kid, then you got the guy that was like shooting people in fucking Las Vegas and shit. I don't know what the hell that was about. You got the guy that shot up the nightclub in Florida, the gay nightclub. That guy was just a fucking Muslim. Oh, that's why that happened. That was like a terror attack right there, but you know, you're not gonna stop everything. But I'm pretty sure you could. I'm like 80% sure you could stop a lot of the fucking school shootings just by being tougher on bullying. Really, it's not about the fucking music. Who cares? Like, okay, if a kid shut up a fucking school and he listened to like fucking country music, does that mean we're gonna go after country music? I fucking hope so. I fucking hate country music. I mean, when you think about it though, what the fuck did Hitler listen to? What the fuck was in Hitler's CD wallet? Hitler listened to fucking classical music. As far as I know, that's what was around back then. So why didn't we ban fucking classical music? I don't fucking know. This is Dragonlordfrodo, and I approve this message. Thanks in advance for watching this.